I just love the simple things in life. And I think just, sending the kids outside and just letting them kind of grab a ball or, be creative, just kind of let their imaginations go and come up with stuff to do together with the neighborhood kids. Like that's what being a kid is all about.
And I know that you and your wife, this past February, I believe, celebrated 19 years of marriage. That's amazing. I mean, what would you say that your secret is for your relationship? How do you guys keep the spark alive? And did you ever imagine when you met in college that you would be, here where you are today?
Yeah, I consider myself very fortunate, very blessed to have met my wife, in college, to have maybe gone into the NFL, without a really solid relationship like that. I think it becomes harder and harder for guys as they, progress through their career. Mm-hmm. But I feel like my wife and I know each other so well, and I think we balance each other out so well. And I can say this, like I literally fall in love with my wife more every day. And I find that I continue to pursue her every day. It's almost like I don't want to get just complacent in like a relationship or a marriage or, where it's like every day's like Groundhog Day and getting the kids ready for school and this and that. I try to surprise her by, taking her places or doing different things. We go on hikes twice a week. That's the one thing about retirement. I can actually spend some time with my wife during the day while the kids are at school,
Mm-hmm.
And so we have those moments where we get a chance to do things together and spend quality time together because that's her love language. And I look forward to those moments more than anything.
Definitely. Was it a big adjustment going from, 20 years in football and, kind of settling back into a quote unquote normal life?
Yeah, I was, I knew it was time. And I was really excited to spend a lot more time with my wife and my kids, because obviously they make a huge sacrifice, especially during the fall. Like when you go to training camp, it's, you're locked in on football for 7 months. But it's definitely a little bit of adjustment. I mean, you think about it, not just the 20 years of NFL football, but the 4 years in college and
mm-hmm.
4 years in high school, where it's just a big, it's a big priority. 28 out of my 42 years of life at that time had been devoted to being the best quarterback I could be. So 2/3 of your life, all of a sudden it's like, all right, where's my structure right now? Where like football provided so much of that. And so, look, I get it. I get why guys, at times really struggle, when you leave the game, because there's just certain things you can't replace. You can't replace the locker room,
mm-hmm.
Just that brotherhood and, that chemistry that you have with so many guys, and just, you're going through so many things together too with training camp and the struggles of a season, and it just brings guys together. And you miss that. You miss game day, just like that rush of adrenaline. It's just such a cool thing. But you know what? I don't miss my body feeling the way it did on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, after a game. But no, just the competitive juices. It's like you have to find a way to channel those competitive juices.
Yeah. So we're not going to see you coming out of retirement anytime soon.
No, I mean, if my shoulder could do it, maybe so. But this thing's pretty beat up. What
would you say is the biggest challenge for you as a parent?
Kids are exposed to so much now that we were not as kids. I just feel like it's more distractions, it's more pressures, and you can call it social media or just, kind of the phones and the devices and the things that are constantly, kind of trying to grab their attention. As I was a kid, I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, guys, I didn't have air conditioning or a TV. So where do you think I was? I wasn't sitting in the house, right? I was outside, I was active, I was doing something with the neighborhood kids or, riding bikes through the alleys or down in the creek or like, wherever. Like we were doing something that was active, mm-hmm. right, and engaging. And so I think that's the biggest challenge for parents too, is just the distraction of all these things that our kids, have in their lives. And I just love the simple things in life. And I think just, sending the kids outside and just letting them kind of grab a ball or, be creative, just kind of let their imaginations go and come up with stuff to do together with the neighborhood kids. Like that's what being a kid is all about.
I can't believe back to school is right around the corner. So how are you getting your kids prepped and ready to go?
The first thing, and this is a great memory that I had, with my dad getting ready for school each year, is you go get a haircut. You go get that fresh haircut. I think it just gives you a lot of confidence, and it's a great father-son bonding experience as well. I can remember every little detail about that when I was a kid, with my dad, and so I'm now in the position where I'm the father taking, my 3 boys to go do that together as well. And it's funny, my boys are 13, 11, and 9. And so I got 2 of them going into middle school now, which is hard to believe. But, they really, really care about their hair and the way that it looks. So, they take a lot of pride in that. And that's a big source of confidence for them as they get ready for back to school. And that's why this campaign with Great Clips has been a lot of fun, being able to do that with my boys and share that experience with others, because I know that's an important father-son moment.
Definitely. What were they like on set working with you?
They were great. My oldest, Balin, I think he thrives in the spotlight, So, there's a moment that you'll see in the video, which the video is really cute, where there's one line that's going to go to the kids, and Balin's like, I got it. Don't worry, guys. I'll handle this.
I love that. I love that. That is so cute. What are some of your favorite things that you like to do with your kids?
Oh, honestly, I love to watch them. I love to watch them interact. Yeah. I love to watch them play. I mean, they are like a wolf pack, our kids, like to the point where, like, my wife and I look at each other and be like, are we even, they're not listening to a word we are saying right now. Like, we cannot break this barrier of this like little wolf pack bubble that they got going. And they're just like chirping back and forth. But they love skimboarding right now.
I saw the video of them on your Instagram doing that. That's so fun.
Yeah. So, they will sit there for like 5 hours straight and just sit there and throw skimboards, into the water or on the sand, and they're off and running. And the progression of just how, first off, the number of times they fall. Think about that. 5 hours, you're literally falling every time. But they just keep getting back up, keep going, and they're kind of chirping back and forth. It gets a little competitive. It's like, hey, let me try your board. And, I love that. Those are like the growth development, experiences that you as a parent, you kind of just have to sit back and you just got to let happen, like let them fail, keep getting back up. Come on, stay positive. And then eventually they get it. It's like, all right, that was a great moment.
I love that. Like you said, sports are right around the corner too. Are a lot of your kids into sports? Are they going to follow in your football footsteps?
They're all 3 of them play flag football right now, which I love, because I think that just promotes the passing game, and you learn so many fundamentals without putting the pads on yet. But they're just sports junkies. Yeah. They're so into basketball and NBA right now. Mm-hmm. The 2 out of the 3 played baseball. They've played lacrosse before. They've done martial arts. So there's like a little bit of everything. And honestly, I'm promoting at this age with these kids, and I would encourage this for everybody: play as many sports as you can for as long as you can. Do not specialize until it's absolutely necessary, which probably is until high school, because all of these skill sets will carry over to what ends up being maybe your main sport. Mm-hmm. Like football was probably my 3rd sport on the list, even going into high school. That's obviously the one that, ended up, evolving to, but baseball, basketball, tennis, skateboarding, all the stuff that I was doing on the side contributed to me being just a better overall athlete, which I think there's no question it extended my career.